Hello everybody, and welcome to our week 2 of the DGBA team builder part. The battle will be up in this video as well. I'm recording this team builder a little bit before, so it's not as rushed as last week. So this is our week 2 opponent versus the Chicago Granbulls. We're looking to recover from our loss in the first week. First I'll show you the teams. My team is on the right, his team is on the left. So you see Tapu Fini, Mega Venusaur, Latios, weavile, Heatran, Cobalion, Gliscor, Alakazam, I wish I had Alakazam, he's stolen, Electros, Talonflame, and Liepard. That is the team for the Chicago Granbulls, and your Iki Town Incineroar is listed on the right. You know them, we're not going to go them again. So one thing to note, so these are all your speed tiers. The one thing that kind of stood out to me is, I know I have a bulky offense team with some speed. He has a whole lot of speed, with not much slow. He's got a little bit bulky offense, but the thing that stuck out to me immediately is the only thing below 80 or 77, I guess, with Heatran is Electros. Electros doesn't have a great matchup versus me. It might come, but I'm not really expecting it. It can do things to Staraptor. It could knock off a Zelf, I guess, but like it's kind of, it takes more care of the bottom half than the top half of my team, so I don't think he'll bring Electros this week. Which kind of means his slowest mon would be Heatran at 77. Well, I've got like Licky slower, I've got Serena slower, I've got Donphan slower, I've got Rotom Wash, which can get slower, I've got Scissor slower, I've got Goodra, which can get slower, I've got Sylveon slower. I like Trick Room. My first league win ever was Trick Room against a team like this that didn't really have that slow end of the spectrum. They had everything from 80 to the high level, Talonflame, 126, kind of that top end speed, to 80. They covered those speed tiers, but they hadn't covered the slow speed tiers. So, what I thought was, what do I got for Trick Room? Well, I got some good Trick Room attackers. I don't have the best Trick Room setters, but I still think I can make this work. And I always like bringing Trick Room to league battles when they make sense. Sometimes it's one of those things you can pull out once in a while. It can really catch people off guard. My first league win ever was pulling out a Z-Splash Gyarados sweep on this guy who was thoroughly unprepared for the Trick Room option. And yeah, Mimikyu set it up, Gyarados swept, and it was great. One of the my first two league battles hooked me on the format, and it's kind of a little bit of a throwback to that. So let's get into my actual team that I brought. So first off, we said Trick Room setters. So we got Trick Room with the Zelf. Okay. And Will Powers is going to make its first appearance. It's my first time ever really using a Zelf first time in a league battle, but first time ever really competitive. I don't think I've ever had it on a UU, anything like that. So, I've got a physical variant that will be probably the lead. It will be a Focus Sash Stealth Rock lead. So I do want rocks up. It's going to help with some things. There could be some sashes. Talonflame is the main reason I want rocks up. If he brings it, rocks have to 100% go up. And if it happens, things could get a little tougher. I could very well see Talonflame coming. I don't know if it will. But because of Mega Beedrill, and even Serena, I could see it coming for sure. As a revenge killer to Mega Beedrill revenging something else type thing. So rocks, important for that. Rocks will help with Heatran, weavile, kind of just keep things in check. He has ways to get rid of them, of course. Gliscor, Tapu Fini, main options, but I want rocks as an option. That being said, though, most of the time this is going to be put out, set up Trick Room right off the bat, and you turn out. It is a negative speed major, so depending on the lead, I might have to hard switch after Trick Room. or just sack it, but it needs to get in, get out. It has knockoff for utility and some damage on some things, but it's Trick Room or rocks, get out, get into something else. So there's Dissolve Will powers. We've got Licky Paralickle making its first appearance as well. It's a Wish Protect tech, which has Oblivious as well to keep from taunt, because there's no real weather, and there's no need for own tempo. Yeah, there's no need for own tempo. That's just no. So Wish can't stop that. Wish going out Protect, keep things alive. This is more, well, Return and Brick Break does a good chunk of damage to a lot of his team, and this is an offensive Licky, bulky offense in Trick Room, so it can do some damage in Trick Room, but this is more a threat that can put up wishes to keep everything else alive if I get stuck outside of Trick Room. Because Sylveon's coming choice specs, it doesn't have Wish for itself, keep Sylveon alive. Serena can heal itself, so that's not too bad. Victini could use it as well, or even as Elf for that matter, but also just, you know, keep things good. So let's go into Sylveon. Choice specs, full offense, Hyper Voice, Hyper Beam if I really need to nuke something, Hidden Power Ground, mostly for the Heatran, which I think will be his switch into this. I think he'll bring up the Def Heatran, probably with rocks and things like that. Hidden Power Ground, take that out, and Baton Pass if I get in on a situation that I want to keep momentum. I hit that Baton Pass, and I might bluff that I'm not choice specs and pick something up later in the game because he thinks I'm not. That's a possibility as well. We have Charlotte, the Queen, is appearing with Queenly Majesty, stop some priority. Again, bulky offense. These are mostly 2/5/2 sets with things like Brave Nature, but that's kind of the good thing about Trick Room is you can bring full offense with as much bulk as possible, because you don't need to be speed creeping, you don't need to be doing too much. Yes, I could probably take some attack out for certain things, but I have not. It's been a crazy week, so my prep is not 100%, but it's good, I think. I also did this prep a while ago, so. But Serena can deal with things like Tapu Fini, it can deal, U-turn can do a lot to Latios, it can hit Weavile with high jump kick for just destroying it. Just destroying it. Didn't really need Play Rough because U-turn's going to do a lot to Latios. If that's the situation, high jump kick also hits Cobalion, it hits Heatran. It deals with a lot of things here. Gliscor we can hit with drop kicks and lower its attack back, as well as if you roost, it's going to do more. Electros would just get out dodge, Talonflame we're getting out. Liepard it's going to destroy in Trick Room, which I mean most things will. That's another reason I brought Trick Room. A Liepard with Prankster T-Wave scares me a little bit. If he's thinking I'm bringing like a Scarf Victini or for Mega Beedrill always, that's just not going to be fun. Or even Staraptor or Zelf. So, you know, that Prankster T-Wave from Liepard is scary. That's going to help as well. If he does that, well, you just maybe slower in Trick Room, so good for you. If I can get that off on something. And then we've brought Z Destroy with the Life Orb. I don't run Life Orb a lot, but I think it's what I need to do for this week to get the damage output on this thing I want. I am running that V-Create max offense, using that speed drop from V-Create in Trick Room, and this is also a Trick Room setter, so it can set it for itself as well. Obviously before it hits V-Create and becomes super bulky. That's the idea. It can come in, secondary Trick Room setter, hit that Trick Room. If it comes in on something that wants to get out, V-Create, lower its speed. U-turn, it can get out of dodge as well. So both these Trick Roomers have U-turn ability to get out into something else. And it has Brick Break as well, because Fighting type does a lot to his team, as you've seen. Why I'm carrying Brick Break twice and High Jump Kick. If he does try to set up a Light Stream Fini or anything like that, I can deal with that as well. But I'm not expecting him to bring screens, but maybe. And if he does, well, they're going away. And then we've got the Mega Beedrill. It looks like this on here because it's going to have to be custom game because Baton Pass clause in OU, which is annoying. I don't know why they did that. Again, U-turn, Mega Beedrill staple. It's got Drill Run, Heatran, and Mega Venusaur, although Mega Venusaur U-turn anyways. Poison Jab for Feeny mostly, and Pursuit for the Latios, and there was something else, and the Alakazam. I did at one point have this as an even harder Trick Room team with Scizor over Mega Beedrill, but I said Mega Beedrill had a good matchup, and I didn't want to put all my eggs in Victini and Zelf, which are not the bulkiest of monsters. They're not super frail, like they're not like Alakazam sending Trick Room or anything, but they could go down, and I might be out of Trick Room a little more than I would like to, so Mega Beedrill just helps me to revenge kill stuff out of Trick Room. And yeah, so that's our team. This will be edited together with the battle, so see you in a second there. Hello everybody, and welcome to our battle with the DGBA Week 2. If you just watched the team builder, awesome. If not, well, welcome to the battle. So this is our Week 2. We are 0-1. We're now taking on the Chicago Granbulls in Week 2. We've brought double Trick Room with some bulky offensive attackers, and then Mega Beedrill. And I did live com this. I think at this point I might put up both, then have you leave comments if people want the live comms or the post comms. The live com I think got a little bit boring in the middle with lots of calking and just, yeah. So if you want to see that, I think at this point I'm planning on putting up both videos probably today, so you can check either one or both out. I don't know, I'll figure out what I'm going to do. If you see just this video, then it's just this video. If you see both, then it's both. And if you don't see this, then I'm talking to my computer screen, so it's fine. But yeah, here we go. Let's show you what happened. So I lead with Mega Beedrill. Sorry, I'm going to put this on slow. Lead with Mega Beedrill. Let's go back here. He brings out Heatran, so I could just go for Drill Run, but I had a gut feeling this was max defense Heatran. He gets out, so I went, okay, probably not max defense Heatran, just because he got out. But then I thought, well, bring in Gliscor just to get that poison heal makes sense. Gliscor didn't take anything from Mega Beedrill, like, that's just how it is. So, you turn out. Gliscor, when I saw it in team prep, obviously I was terrified because I realized I didn't have any ice-type moves on my team, which is a scary thing when you're going up against poison heal Gliscor, which I figured it probably was, as he also had Feeny. So I know this can't defog. So I bring in Azelf for the sacrifice Trick Room. He takes the knockoff, gets rid of the sash, but that's fine, it's his job. Put up the Trick Room. Great, I get one more turn because I do underspeed this Gliscor. No matter what it is. I put up Stealth Run. At this one, because Azelf's not the bulkiest, I didn't realize it at the time. I'm thinking now I probably should have realized that this was offensive Gliscor. But it has Poison Heal, which is a pain in the butt. So I'm in Trick Room. I bring out Sylveon. I'm thinking, what's he going to do? Is he going to stay? Is he going to think I have Choice Specs, Hyper Beam? Probably not. I'm going to click that. Bring some Venusaur. It's not Mega yet. And I thought, oh, maybe this will do some decent damage. Nope, not really. Only 45. And now I'm wasting a turn to Trick Room while I recharge. So that's unfortunate. I really wanted to kill that Gliscor in one turn. Fortunately, I was not able to do that. So I do have HP Ground. But I'm locked into Hyper Beam at the moment, and don't really want to stay. I take the Leech Seed on the recharge turn, don't want to give him more recovery. Get out, don't want to let this Mega Beanu get back up. So I go into Victini in the last turn of Trick Room, realizing it's going to run out. He takes a Sludge Bomb and gets poisoned, which is unfortunate. Drops him 55%. So it took way more than I wanted to from a Mega Beanu with a Victini. He protects, that's perfect. I put up Trick Room again. Trick Room goes up. I wonder what's he going to do here. I almost click V-Create, but then I think, Heatran's really obvious. He's probably going to do that even if it is very obvious. So I'm just going to click U-turn and get out of dodge. So I get out of dodge. Then I think, who do I bring in? I don't really have a good switch in, technically, because Trick Room's up. Mega Beedrill's not a switch into Heatran. I've got High Jump Kick on Serena, and I've got Hidden Power Ground on Sylveon, and obviously that got away from me a little bit. But I think if I bring in Serena, it's going to be more obvious that Serena has High Jump Kick than Hidden Power Ground on Sylveon. I still struggled with whether I was to click this or not, because if he wanted to Gliscor, I was locked into Hidden Power Ground, and I've just wasted the second time a Trick Room being up, and it's just not good. Just nothing would have gone well with that in that scenario. Luckily, he stays in Hidden Power Ground, takes out the Heatran, boom. Very happy about that. Sylveon picking up the first kill of the game. Go Choice Spike Sylveon. Now I'm locked into Hidden Power Ground, though. It's done its job, but it's Trick Room again, and I'm locked into a move I don't want to be locked into. So unfortunate for that, but Choice Spike Sylveon picking up a very key kill. I can't do it. I don't know why I brought in Mega Venusaur when I showed the Hidden Power Ground, but obviously I couldn't quite do enough. I was just shy of killing this thing in Trick Room, so I thought, okay, I'm going to get into Licklicky. This is going too fast. I'm going to slow this down a little bit more. Sorry if this now goes slow. Licklicky's fat. It's got a big HP stat. I didn't want to give Mega Venu that. So I went into Mega Beedrill because I knew I could take any hit. Sounds weird, it's a Mega Beedrill, but it's got decent special defense. And Grass, the dual stabs of Mega Venusaur is not going to do that much. And let's face it, it doesn't matter if it's a little lower because it's the last turn of Trick Room. So that one going into Licklicky just got me out of Trick Room with Mega Beedrill. So I could click that U-turn, do a lot of damage, not kill the Mega Venusaur, but get it low. It's a Mega Venusaur. There is not really a way to one-shot that thing outside of probably Supersonic Sky Strike or maybe a Savage Spin Out. So I go back into Licklicky. Knowing he can take anything that Venusaur wants to do, he misses the lead sheet. Good for me. I don't give him any of that HP from Licklicky. So I know I can kill it with a return. Wish is also a play I'm considering just because he's probably going to get out. I do click return, I believe. Just to get some damage off on whatever counts come in. Yes, Gliscor takes 44%. I'm happy with that. That's a good chunk of damage. So I'm sitting here staring at Gliscor. I don't want to let it heal any more than it already is. I'm seeing I can take probably two things. Nope, that's later. Okay. That's right. I get out into Serena knowing I can take anything, and I've got Drop Kick to lower its damage. Output back, and I can just synthesis up what it does to me. So there we go. Take the Earthquake fairly well, no problem. And leftovers, yes, this poison heal's out healing my leftovers, but I'm going to be able to out damage it with Drop Kick until he reveals Acrobatics, and I go, oh boy, this has Acrobatics. Thank goodness I debated clicking Knockoff with his elf earlier. Thank goodness I did not do that. That would have been really bad. Give it the 1-10, it would have been death for Charlotte. So I lower his attack. I know I can take one more. I need to click Synthesis, so it can't take two, and it is faster. He clicks that Sword Stance, and I go, oh boy, so this is Sword Stance, fast, offensive Gliscor. This thing is going to put the owl on something. I need to click Drop Kick again, even though it's going to put taking Acrobatics is going to put Charlotte in a really bad spot, but I need to get this attack lowered. It's not something I want to mess around with because it's healing and killing things. So it does 64 with the +1 Acrobatics. Hit Drop Kick again, lower, boom. He heals back up with Poison Heal. And I believe this is where I decide I need to get out of dodge. Because I will die. Hit 45 with the first one, 42, I think 43 was the min roll of an Acrobatic. So I get out, go into Paralico. It can take an Acrobatics fairly well. And it's now in range of a return. With the Poison Heal, it gets into a roll scenario. This is a roll to kill, but I'm going to take my chances anyways. If he Sword Stances and then clicks Earthquake, it's bad. He just goes for Earthquake, thankfully. Down to 34. It's fine. Paralickle is going to click Return, and we're going to crit. It was a roll. Crit might have mattered. I don't know. And then it would have been, if it had not, it would have been a roll on Earthquake Return versus Paralickle the next time. So it would have been roll. I don't know if it really mattered, but that's the only real piece of that, and the Leech Seed myths earlier were the only real things. In comes the Alakazam. I make kind of a misplay, not really, but I just sack off Licklicky so I can go with Distinct. When this thing came in, I was Alakazam the whole time it was sitting there. I'm thinking it's got to be Magic Guard Sash. It's a Magic Guard Sash. The rocks aren't going to break the Sash. I can't just kill it with Beedrill. I'm also terrified of a Scarf. I am so scared of a Scarf on either Weavile or Alakazam, but more scared of a Scarf Alakazam. Just to take out this Beedrill. I was also scared of Scarf Gliscor at the beginning of the game. I was really scared of Scarf things against Beedrill. That's one of my fears with Beedrill, because if they are prepping for it, a surprise Scarf on a fast thing, boom, you outspeed Beedrill, it's dead. Suddenly I've lost my Revenge Killer. So Alakazam takes a Lick Licky. Thankfully, it's not Magic Guard. I don't know if it was supposed to be. I don't know why you wouldn't drink Magic Guard. I don't know why Synchronize would have been helpful. I don't really know what, because you already have Feeny, so I don't know what, and I don't really have a Fake Out Mon. So I don't understand why this wouldn't be Magic Guard. But either way, it might not have even been sashed. I haven't seen his team export yet. But this is how it goes. So I know I can kill with a U-turn. I can't kill with a Poison Jab, however. So he took a long time with this turn. I think he was debating whether or not he could get into Feeny. If he goes into Feeny and I click Poison Jab, it's probably dead. It's a roll. No, it's not a roll. Sorry, Stealth Rocks. Not a roll. Feeny's dead if I click Poison Jab. If I click U-turn, which is what I was doing 100% of the time, because I wanted to get either some damage on Feeny, kill the Venusaur because it's low enough, do a ton of damage to the Weavile, kill it because it can't have Sash anymore because of the rocks, or just kill the Alakazam. And no matter what happens, this is a good option. Just click U-turn. So Mega Beedrill, click U-turn. We kill Alakazam, he leaves it in, and there goes the Alakazam. At this point, I'm thinking, cool, I'm in a really good spot. That was my biggest fear of what could take out the Mega Beedrill. In comes Sylveon. Sylveon kind of leaves Venu as a thing. I wasn't sure if Venu would add rocks or not. It did not. Didn't think it would, but you know, it's worth time. He can't kill me, but I realized there's no point in even trying to Baton Pass out when I've got Victini, who's just going to die to anything anyways because of the poison, and even if he could Leech Seed, it's only given one turn and then I die anyways, so it's fine. Sludge Bomb kills, Sea Destroy. Didn't do too much except set up the Trick Room to let Sylveon do its thing. Azelf set up a Trick Room which didn't really do anything, but it put the rocks, which did a lot in terms of taking out Alakazam, potential sashes and things like that. Sting comes in, Poison Jab kills Mega Xenophore, Poison Jab kills Tapu Fini, and Poison Jab is going to kill Weavile. So we just click Poison Jab 3 times, and we are going to pick up the win. Now this is interesting. If he was max defense, Tapu Fini, 89 was the min roll. So he come in rocks, 88, perfect. This is why I love Adamant Mega B. Being able to run Adamant and just outspeed the Alakazam was wonderful. Or sorry, not the Alakazam. The Weavile was wonderful. Weavile's gonna click Ice Shard. Its max roll is 71, and I'm at 72. So this worked out perfect. Ice Shard gets 66. Takes a little Life Orb. Yes, if it had been Banded Weavile, I would have gone down, but then at that point, Sylveon can take any one hit from Weavile, and we'll just win with the Hyper Beam on the Choice Specs, which would have been heat. I would have loved to win with the Choice Specs, but Mega Beedrill picks up 4 kills to go along with Lick Licky's first appearance, and Sylveon picks up 1 with a Hidden Power Ground in Trick Room set up by Victini. As I said, his elf did things on them. And Serena helped me figure out the Gliscor and helped to kill the Gliscor, but it didn't do a whole lot this game besides be a pain. But we brought fairly hard Trick Room at the last second switch to Mega Beedrill. Well, not last second, but the end of the prep switch to Mega Beedrill came in clutch. If this had been Scizor, I think I would have just lost this game, because as I correctly predicted, it was going to be too hard to keep Trick Room up and keep things going if that was my only strat. So, thankfully, it was not my only strat, and we pick up the win with Mega Beedrill picking up 4 kills, potentially going to the top of the leaderboard. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, we are now 1-1. Pick up the win over in week 2 over the Chicago Granbulls, and we look to continue this momentum and hopefully make this league a success. Hopefully at least a winning record. I would love playoffs. I think 6 of 12 make playoffs. I can't remember for sure. But we'll find out about that as the playoff race goes later in the season. Let's just hope we can be in that playoff race is the goal for this, as most of these guys are more experienced in the draft league than myself. However, so far, whenever I brought Trick Room to draft league, I've won. Just saying, that needs to be my strat every time. Just can't be hard Trick Room, which I've learned. Singles, hard Trick Room, not so fun. BGC, hard Trick Room, very fun. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. And yeah, please tune in more. Check out our Let's Play with Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke, and check out our Showdown Smackdowns as well if you're any interest in other stuff I do on this channel in terms of battles. Like, share, subscribe if you so feel. If not, have a nice day, because Coach Oak said so. See you next time, everybody.